get a little bit closer, making an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run it with Coleman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, Tuesday.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
I don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on
taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 50 yards. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, here's Ryan. Flushed out right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Let's go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons.
Gun!
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Hey, let's go! Gun! Ready to go!
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Pushing through a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Witherspoon. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, this gives us a chance to look ahead to some big Week 7 games upcoming. New England, Chicago, that's intriguing. Carolina and Philly, you have that game. And then how about Dallas and Washington? They're a combined 6-5, but they're playing for first place in the NFC East.
And just think, Dallas and Washington fans, when they have children, the first words they teach them are, "We hate that rival team." And now they're going to get after for first place in the East. The records aren't great, but the rivalry is strong. New England, Chicago let one get away last week against Miami, but still they have high hopes in the NFC North, and they get to test their mettle against a perennial champion, the New England Patriots. And Carolina, Philly. Carolina had a tough one in Washington last week. Philadelphia, big win last Thursday. New York, that's a big ball game for both of them.
This is Breida, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. 2
yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
22! Gun! Hey, Tuesday!
Now Ryan on 2nd down. That's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Escaping the pressure right. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Hey, gun! Let's go!
Here's Coleman on the toss. is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run with Breida, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Coleman. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Ryan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Super Bowl. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, express!
Here's Coleman. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Even with the good gain, I thought they might accept that one.
Yeah, you thought maybe they'd go with the downs as opposed to the yardage. So if you're taking the yardage now, 2nd and less than 5, that tells me you feel good about how your offense is working.
Let's go.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape.
Hey, Tuesday.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
There we go. Gun.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw is Beathard. Airing it deep for Garcon. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And he's able to get it back here to the 43. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Ryan to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quan Williams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, let's take a step back and look league-wide here, Charles. What contender do you think is in the most trouble through 6 weeks? I would not have thought Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, but, boy, very flat performances against KC and Dallas.
Yeah, we expect them to be a dominant team on the defensive side of the ball week in and week out, and Dallas just shredded them in their game on Sunday. But I don't think Jacksonville's in as much trouble as maybe Denver is. Denver's 2-4. 4 straight losses, and Kansas City setting a heck of a pace in the AFC West. Vance Joseph, the second-year coach in Denver, many thought he wouldn't return after last year. Got a second opportunity. This isn't helping him. And last but not least, if we're talking about this group of people, how about the Atlanta Falcons? They're also 2-4, but they got a much-needed win against Tampa Bay on Sunday. If we knew they could get their defensive players back, I'd like them a lot more. They've got a tough road ahead of them, but Matt Ryan, he can help equalize things out.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. To the right side, caught by Saleh. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now it's Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And the blitz does come. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Garoppolo now on third and goal. Hard throw, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin the drive with Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, Ryan. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Now it's Ryan. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Vic Beasley coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Hey, Tuesday.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
11.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Let's go.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the gun, it's Ryan. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, Tuesday.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brooks Reed. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's Breida. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
11.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Morris. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. And some room to roam now. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Garoppolo looking to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, second down.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw is Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 60 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will.
Seen the best of them, Jando. 25 to life and they can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us.
When you got dumb cake up in the say that they be waiting for you in the bushes with the duct tape up and down the interstate. Yeah, we.